What's going on, y'all? It's your boy, it's your dog, back at you again with another video. And I've been pretty inconsistent on the YouTube lately, but even when I was consistent and when I pop up here and there, I'm always posting about like news or like a tournament that just happened, or posting my gameplay, stuff like that. I haven't really sat down and just had a yapping session with y'all since before the release of MK1, and want to sit down and talk to y'all about MK1, see what y'all think about it and stuff like that. Now, yeah, what do y'all think about it? I think this new patch, I know everyone, especially on YouTube, has been super negative lately. Not everyone, right? Like, I'm sure like Waz and guys like that, they've stayed positive, but there's definitely been like a section of the community, like on YouTube and stuff, that's been popping off, that's been like super negative about the game, right? And I feel like I agree with a lot of things they say. Some things they say I don't know. But I do feel like this patch that dropped yesterday was really good. I don't know what y'all think about it, but I feel like it was really a step in the right direction. Like, they really fixed the online up. They added crossplay Koth, and it seems to run well. They nerfed Raiden, nerfed Peacemaker, who were the two most obnoxious characters in the game. And they seemed like they were actually meaningful, like good nerfs that didn't completely kill those characters. And then you have characters like Rain, Reptile, and Scorpion who got really meaningful buffs, you know what I'm saying? And I saw people in the comments, they were like, oh, why didn't they buff Melina? Why didn't they buff Tanya? Like, I'm sorry, y'all, but those characters are like already top tier. Like, people literally win tournaments with those characters. Like, they're literally like busted. Like I'm sorry, but I don't mean to like offend some of y'all, but some of y'all are confusing like your lack of skill with like your character. Like, Melina and Tanya are like, they're top tier characters. Yeah. But anyways, but then yeah, so some things about the game that I would add from here to kind of make it like a really well-rounded package is practice mode while we search. A lot of fighting games obviously have that. And with MK1, like, the player base has went down a lot since release. So a lot of the times, especially when you get to like Elder God early in the season, the wait time when you search is really long. So that would really help if they would add practice mode while we search. Also, character-based rankings. And also, like, it would be helpful if they moved us back in rank whenever we switch to a different character. That would give us more stuff to do after we hit Elder God. That would give us more stuff to try to achieve. And you see it in like Tekken and other games, Street Fighter, and it's something that, like, people love. People pop off about it. They chase that goal. It keeps them playing ranked even after they hit the highest rank. So that's two things that I really think they should add. They should really add practice mode while we search and character-based rankings. Now, as far as like the DLC and stuff goes, I feel like they've been doing a really good job lately. Quan Chi at release was a little weird, but since they added like the buffs to like Bone Cage and the new armor portal, I feel like he's a really good, really unique DLC now. The cameo DLCs have been really good. I would argue Chameleon maybe a little too strong, maybe a little too top tier. But besides that, I feel like they've been good additions. Tremor, my hang up with Tremor is he has like 9 moves, right, in his tool set, but people only use like 1, so they could maybe tweak him to make him more well-rounded. But I think Janet, pretty good addition. Movado seems like he's gonna be a pretty good addition. Also, if you remember, whenever they released Spawn for MK11, they gave him the like the breakaway beater, like the armor breaker special, and then they gave it to everyone. So what I'm thinking is they're gonna release Movado, and he's gonna have the that up 3 move. He's gonna have that flawless block up 3 move. And if it's good, if it works out, if people like it, they're gonna add it to all the cameos. I think that's something they're gonna do. And to be honest, like, I feel like that would be a cool mechanic. And also, they're adding cancels. Like, you see, like, Rain has cancel combos now. Ermac has cancel combos now. Reptile has cancel combos now. So they're adding, like, a mechanic that people loved from MKX, you know what I'm saying? And you can also, like, with Ermac, you can meter burn his cancel to make it, like, better frames on hit and block. And I don't know, I just feel like they're really going in, like, a good direction. And, yeah, all the DLC so far, all the main characters, I talked about the cameo, they're all really well done, in my opinion. Like, Peacemaker was a little too OP. They dropped some nerfs on him to make him more balanced. Ermac seems really cool. Really cool combo, stuff like that. Really good buttons. Quan Chi is, like, really unique. He's the most unique character in the game. where like he has really clear weaknesses with like his button speed and like his gap, stuff like that. But his like crazy zoning and like being able to do bone cage on block like that seems to make up for it. And then you have Omni-Man, who he doesn't have a traditional projectile game, but you can use a cameo to kind of add that for him. And then he's got like insane damage, especially meterless, good strength, stuff like that. So the DLC so far has been a W in my opinion. I really hope they continue that with Homelander. I really want Homelander to be awesome. I think I saw some on Twitter saying Homelander comes out June 4th. If y'all haven't watched The Boys, I would check out The Boys before Homelander comes out, because I started reading the Spawn comics. So when we were at Final Combat, they gave us a Spawn comic, everyone there, because that was when they announced Spawn. And it made me start reading the Spawn comics. But then one of his main outros was like literally the biggest spoiler for Spawn that you could ever see. And it kind of like made me not want to read it anymore. Just because I knew like the biggest like plot point, you know what I'm saying? So I kind of stopped reading from there. And I feel like Homelander is going to be like that. Like there's going to be an outro or two that like really spoils like the biggest moments in The Boys. So if I were y'all, I would try to get that show in before June 4th. If you haven't, it's a fucking amazing show. You'll get a taste of Carl Urban, who's going to be Johnny in the new Mortal Kombat movie. He's, in my opinion, the best character in The Boys, Butcher. He's awesome. So y'all should check that out before Homelander releases. And then we got Takeda to look forward to. We got Farah. And then potentially Combat Pack 2. Now, as far as the competitive side goes, they doubled the prize pool for the finale for the Pro Comp. Now, they did it kind of like late notice and stuff like that, which is pretty lame. That's kind of been the story of this Pro Comp, is everything's been late notice. They announced the ECT in Connecticut would be a Pro Comp event like 2 weeks before, so no international players could make it. Not saying that's why they did it, but that's why you saw no international players there. And then the Brazil Pro Comp, they announced the location like again a couple weeks before, like, and then they doubled the prize pool like a couple months before. Like they announced LCQ also a couple months before. Like that's been kind of the story of the Pro Comp, is like it's not the worst Pro Comp ever, you know what I mean? But they announce everything like too late, you know. So hopefully if they do another Pro Comp after this one, they're more like structured and they give us better like notice for everything, you know what I'm saying? Because I really believe this game, once we have all the DLC, once they keep tweaking the online and tweaking all that stuff, that it's going to be a good game. I really feel that way. Some of y'all might disagree, but I really do feel that way. And then also, I was playing Invasions yesterday to level up Ermac as quick as possible so I could get his brutalities and his second fatality. And it wasn't that bad. It's not the best mode, you know what I'm saying? I would rather have the crypt and like other stuff, you know. MK has had better side modes before, you know, that goes without saying. I don't think anyone would disagree with that. But Invasions was more fun than I thought it would be, and I was pretty surprised by that. So overall, I think MK1 is going in a better direction than it was. It's still insane with microtransactions. There's still qualities of life features in the game that aren't in the game that are in like almost 10-year-old fighting games now, like practice mode while you search and stuff like that. But I feel like it's overall going in the right direction. Let me know how y'all feel in the comments down below. Let me know if y'all think this was a W patch. And yeah, hold on. Let me rant on Scorpion players real quick. So Scorpion players have been asking for a mid string the entire lifespan of the game. And now that they got one, they're bitching about it. They're like, oh, this isn't what we wanted. That's literally what y'all asked for. And they're like, oh, but he can only go into certain things off of it, or it has an armorable gap. First of all, you can bait armor. Second of all, most armor moves don't do that much damage. Third of all, you can use cameos to make it go into like whatever you want. And you can also, the threat of it being a mid string means that people are just going to block 4-3-2 now. People won't have the balls to just let go of block as much with 4-3-2. So I just wanted to go on a quick rant with Scorpion players. You could literally make Scorpion players live eternally and be eternally happy and have all the top tier characters in every fighting game, eat the best food, date the most attractive people, like, you know, like any measurement that makes people happy in life, you could give that to Scorpion players and they would still bitch and moan. And it's really starting to get annoying at this point. Like, they literally gave Scorpion players exactly what they asked for. But anyways, really good buffs to Scorpion, Rain, and Reptile. Ermac looks really cool. Quality of life changes. Yeah, so overall a W patch, and overall MK1's going in the right direction. Let me know what y'all think in the comments down below, and yeah, I'm going to be posting more, and I can't wait to try these characters and stuff, and think about hosting tournaments as well. I'm thinking about hosting tournaments. Let me know what y'all think about that. Let me know what kind of formats you might want to see, and yeah, later y'all. Much love.